Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0 in game week 4 of the Champions League. Arsenal are currently in bad form. Another disappointing result. I don't necessarily think the performance was disappointing. I think there was effort from the players, and I think the subs, when they did come on, did try. But I think ultimately there wasn't enough quality from the team on the night, and there wasn't enough imagination, enough intensity, conviction from the team to try and get a result, especially after conceding a late penalty, unluckily, before half time. If you're new and you're returning and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 1,000 subs. Smash the like button down below and comment down below your thoughts. Do you think it's panic time? Do you think it's one of the moments for Arsenal, or any other thoughts that you have? But yeah, Inter Milan Champions League, they had a rotated side. We were missing Rice because of the foot injury. Odegaard was on the bench, which was nice to see. And we started quite a strong team, strong defence. The midfield that we probably expected to, although I have already given up on this Trossard starting in the 10 position from a long time ago, but Mikel continues to persist with it. Not that that was the sole blame for our lack of creativity, but we can clearly see it's not necessarily bringing out the best in us with the way the team has been balanced out. I think when I returned to last season, when we were in good form from the start of January 2024, and it was Trossard and Havertz, I think having a player like Jorginho in the middle and then the legs of Rice to kind of go up and down, as well as the creativity of Odegaard, allowed everything to kind of work in tandem. I think this year, where you're lacking Jorginho playing in the middle, Partey's sometimes right back, sometimes in the 6, you have Odegaard that's been missing for the majority of it. It's not been good. And this game, especially in the first half, I think we struggled to really create any real clear-cut chances and really get our foot on the ball. I think Inter played some good moments. I think it was quite an even game, 50-50. Apart from that Dumfries smashing shot that came to the crossbar in the first moments of the game, I don't think Inter really created much. But at the same time, Arsenal didn't create much. A lot of corners, a lot of good moments, some good build-up play, I must say, from us as well. Kai Havertz receiving in the pockets, Partey, who I do think was quite good in the night, especially returning back to his position, and Saka and Martinelli looking our most liveliest players to bring something. But we were crossing the ball a lot, taking on a man down the line, getting a lot of corners. But the deliveries were good today, especially from Saka's side, but nothing clear cut that a chance that we just missed or header. Apart from there was a clearance from Dumfries on the line. I think it was from a Gabriel header that was deflected, but yeah, nothing really. That was in the second half. And then yeah, apart from I think it was from a free kick, if I'm correct, and Marino gets his head punched by Jan Sommer. Obviously, goalkeepers are well within their right to come for the ball, but it could be argued that the way the UEFA give penalties, that Marino could have got a penalty there. And then at the end of our half, Marino one meter out from, I think it was the shot, and yeah, it's a handball, and it wasn't a natural position, and it was a handball. We're not arguing that. And Champions League has been seen to give more of those penalties, but it was kind of unlucky from our sense to not get the penalty and unlucky to concede it. But Kananoglu, quality penalty taker, slotted it away right before half time. I'm pretty sure that changed the team talk for both managers. Obviously, Inter came out second half, set up shop to not really come out and really necessarily risk their lead. They didn't really press Arsenal, let us have the ball, especially in between Saliba, Gabriel, Partey, the likes of that, and sat in their block, and Arsenal were probing and prodding, trying to make some openings in that second half. I think where Mikel made a change in half time, he took off Marino. It was reported that from that the head injury or the punch that he got from Jan Sommer, he did feel a bit of wariness, which they said they didn't want to take no risks. Similar to where we saw Kai Havertz bleeding from his head at the end of the game as well, obviously albeit an accident. So Jesus came on, and I think Mikel pushed Havertz into the midfield, which probably made a bit more sense for him to make a bit more deeper runs and Jesus to be there. Although I was expecting and hoping that he had taken off Trossard at this point and put on a Wanyeri or Odegaard if he was ready. Odegaard clearly was already probably ready for a few minutes, which is why we didn't risk him, but it was nice to have him around, which is fine. But Wanyeri was there. He did eventually turn to him, but I think too late. Like, not enough time to change the game. Like, you can't be giving people 10 minutes. 20 minutes at least is enough time to change the game. 10 minutes, you can change the game, but you're asking for dying embers, because the other team's going to be wasting time. The other team's going to be, going down with cramp. They're going to be taking the time on their throw-ins, on their goal kicks. And in general, you're not going to have possession all that time for a player like Wanyeri to come and influence the game, even though I do believe he did. And I feel like we were probing. We were good in the second half. A disappointing result as it was. I don't think we were necessarily bad. I think we were moving the ball nice between Partey to Saka to Martinelli out wide. We were getting a lot of crosses, which was a bit frustrating towards the end of the game, because we didn't necessarily have the bodies in the box for us to be crossing it into comfortable to defend. It reminded me of us when we're in our shape, when we have a lead to defend and teams are just crossing it. It's like, it's comfortable. It's easy money, man. Apart from the Havertz kind of curler chance that was kind of a half chance, but it turned out to be a good chance. Good save from Jan Sommer. I think Havertz had a deflected shot from, I think it was a Gabriel Jesus cross, a nice touch that would have probably went in if the shot wasn't deflected. And then apart from that header from Gabriel, Arsenal didn't really create much. No real shots, like shot from Saka in the first half. No real power on it, and nothing else. A lot of long range shots. A nice turn from Ranieri when he drops the shoulder, which is something that seems to be a specialty. But he kind of he struck the shot too heavy over the bar. And yeah, I was just a bit disappointed that Mikel didn't make the subs, because albeit you start a team, I don't mind, because if you start a team and it plays well, Trossard has a good performance, no one's complaining about him starting. But once it wasn't going too well, especially after we had conceded a lead, albeit we know we have an important game against Chelsea on the weekend, we don't want to pick up any more injuries, especially where it's like there's always a new injury after every game. But still, we should have played better. We should have had a bit more. He should have been a bit braver. Put on Ranieri for Trossard earlier. I think Zinchenko should have played from early. Doesn't mean Timber should have necessarily came off. I just think, because I think Timber operates better on the right. I don't think he inverts that well from the left. And when he doesn't invert, it kind of limits our ability to overload and create overloads on the left-hand side and in the middle, and create that box in the middle, as I've said, where Zinchenko does. And I think as soon as it went half-time, he should have made that sub or a sub to let Zinchenko get on the pitch, knowing that we would have had a bit more of the ball, so we have a bit more of his creativity alongside Partey in that first phase, and then getting on an interior like Ranieri in that final third, be a bit more creative, a natural passer, because I don't think Trossard had another poor game from the start, which is multiple games now. And I feel sorry for him, because he shouldn't be starting every game or be relied on, but he is. So all in all, disappointing result. I think we're 2-1-1 in the Champions League now. We're somewhere in like 12th place or something, and the playoff zone. I think we'll be fine. I think naturally we still have some easier games. I think Zagreb, Monaco to come at home as well as trips to Sporting Lisbon, I think. And I can't remember the other trip that we have in the Champions League. But all in all, it's been a disappointing run of games. I ultimately I'm going to call out Mikel to be brave, as I said in my last video, to start a better team. But I'm proud of the boys in terms of effort. It's not an easy ground to go to, San Siro. It's not an easy team. Inter, Scudetto champions, 2 years ago, Champions League finalists, to come and just win, especially where a lot of these players haven't played in this ground. At the same time, I think we could have made it given ourselves more of a chance to win, and Mikel could have done that. The players could have done that as well, but I give them credit for the effort. It wasn't the same as the Newcastle game, where I was very disappointed. I think this was more a chess match that day one that Arsenal could have won if we had been a bit more braver. That includes Mikel's either starting lineup or substitutions, and then players in the game taking a bit more risks to try and make things happen. But besides that, Chelsea on Sunday, another disappointing result, but we can, before the international break, make a positive sign before we go into an easier run, as I said, by trying to get the 3 points at the bridge, which won't be easy at all. Chelsea are probably going to be licking their lips knowing that a wounded Arsenal's coming, but I think a wounded Arsenal coming to the bridge means there's more concentration, means there's more hunger, means there's more fight. Hopefully Odegaard's fit. Hopefully there's no knocks to the likes of Havertz or Marino long term anyways, and hopefully Rice, who I did see something about, he will be fit for Sunday, gets to play. We get to see our strong midfield, our front three, and hopefully I wish Mikel would play Timber right back and the left foot player left back, but more likely for this game, especially the likes of Palm, Madueke, Timber will start left back and Ben right back, and hopefully we can return to our form. So it's been your boy Kape. Disappointed, but I think we're in this moment now that our players are coming back fit, especially Odegaard. I think it'll really help our play, our rhythm, our creativity a lot, and hopefully we get back into our winning ways. I've been saying this a lot in the last couple of games. It's been very discouraging, but it's not over. It's a long season, and Sunday is a good opportunity before the break to put a good taste in our mouth, pause, before we get into that running after the break, which is the main running, in my opinion. So subscribe, like this video, comment down below your thoughts. Speak soon.